My name's Joe James, and I'm one of the owners of Uncommon Nostalgia, and we've been in downtown Mansfield since June of 2023.
Awesome. And what is the namesake behind that uncommon nostalgia?
Exactly what, it's just uncommon nostalgia. It's just stuff primarily from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s that to me and my family were nostalgia because that's when our childhoods were, and just a lot of uncommon stuff that you wouldn't expect to find in a lot of stores today. So it's really a niche boutique.
Yeah. And are you guys just like selling primarily dead stock that you're finding online, or are you guys actually going out and thrifting these pieces individually?
Actually, since we've opened, we've been really lucky to not have to go out. A lot of people have been bringing stuff in that either their grandparents had, their parents had, or even they had as kids, and they're just looking to move or downsize or get rid of some stuff. So a lot of it's been people just bringing stuff in, or we also do trades and store credit. So a lot of people have been trading stuff, and really that's the means of how we get things.
There like a certain way that you guys determine what you guys bring in on trade and what you guys bring in?
Yeah, so one thing we look at, I don't know if we have any here, tags, stitching are a lot of the ways. Like this shirt is a single stitch shirt, so we know it's definitely vintage from that because there's only one row of stitching on the sleeve, and then the tags, which this one's tagless, so that makes this one a little bit harder to identify. But we'll put them through a vetting process like that with identifying tags, the kind of material, the stitching. Yeah. So
Okay.
past putting them through that vetting process, people can either come in and most of the time we'll do store credit, trade. If they don't either that, we do offer cash for them.
Awesome. And with the toys and the games and the memorabilia, I suppose, is that all stuff that you guys have found and collected over the years?
No, honestly, when we decided as a family to open this, I think I had a Super Nintendo, and I think my brother maybe had a Nintendo, and that was about it. We honestly didn't have none of this in here.
So how did you guys kind of go about growing that collection and growing your guys' inventory here at the store other than people bringing it in on trade?
Garage sales, Goodwill, Salvation Army, going to the bins, finding lots on eBay, finding lots on Whatnot, through friends and other family that we knew that we were just starting to talk about because we started online. So we just decided to kind of scrap that idea and put our money into the community versus just doing something online at home.
Yeah, and speaking of the community, I know that you guys are very big in the Downtown Mansfield Incorporated group and as well as Destination Mansfield. Is there anything else in the community that you guys are really big parts of, like supporting different schools or smaller little leagues or anything like that?
We haven't been approached by little leagues yet, but we're hoping to find somebody to sponsor in the soapbox derby race because that's nostalgia. And I'm into racing, my brother's into racing, so we're hoping to maybe find somebody to sponsor for that. We think that'd be really cool. We're also involved with the chamber. We sponsored an event or two of theirs since we've been open since June.
Awesome. And how can somebody approach you guys to maybe have you guys as a sponsor, or maybe they're looking for donations for sports equipment? How does somebody kind of approach you to do that?
Really, most people, like if they're running a benefit or a drive or a fundraiser, they'll bring in the paper, drop it off. We'll talk about it amongst ourselves, see if it kind of fits our bill and what we're for lack of better terms. And whatever we can donate, we definitely will.
Where do you see your business in 5 years?
In 5 years, probably here, if not somewhere bigger, but we definitely want to stay in the downtown Mansfield area for sure. Eventually, I would love to get, because right now we have a shop and a play. I would like an eat, shop, and play. So incorporating some kind of a restaurant. One of the things we were talking about was a Super Smash Burgers. So just making some like really kick-ass smash burgers and just like a nice simple kind of bar food type of restaurant that incorporates 80s, 90s nostalgia, kind of something fun. We've also talked about an eat, shop, play, stay. So making like an Airbnb or like a Vrbo or some kind of like a rental that's like 90s nostalgia themed. So next 5 years, I would definitely like to see it grow into something like that, eat, shop, play, stay, and give downtown Mansfield and people from other communities a destination to go to for this kind of fun, nostalgic stuff.
Yeah,
we have a
'cause
family coming in right now.
that's actually really cool to see how you guys are moving on into something bigger like that, because we don't have very many Airbnbs here in downtown. They're always out by Mohican, Malabar Farm area.
Right.
So to see something here in downtown Mansfield, that would be amazing. I've been asking a lot of businesses around here in the downtown Mansfield area, what's the community like down here?
Very supportive. We'll give them that. Between our neighbors, like, you know, just next door, across the street, and then even beyond, like kind of like that First Ave to Sixth Ave, Adams Street to Bowman. That's what they kind of like DMI, I think, considers downtown, I think. Very supportive, which is why we're so encouraged and so eager to give back, because we feel like, you know, our pot's kind of been filled, so we want to take some of that and fill somebody else's. So it's just all about reciprocating, you know, those favors, those donations, just that energy and that support, which we've really felt. We really truly have.
Yeah, you guys have grown a lot since this
10
summer.
months. Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun.
Like,
it has.
to have
truly.
to go to a thrift store and find these pieces, it takes a lot out of the fun of it, I guess. So to be able to come here and that's all this store is.
Right.
It's very niche. It's very, I wouldn't even say trendy, but timeless.
It
even.
is. Yeah.
So it's definitely something that downtown Mansfield needed, for sure.
Thank you.
From 2016-ish and to today, what's that change like for you guys? Like seeing the change, seeing the growth down here, seeing the blossom of activity,
Right.
and the rehab of all of the buildings and historical, just everything.
It's
How is
definitely
that
been
like for you
encouraging,
guys?
because I think if we started this back in 2016, I don't know if we would have been so locked in on downtown. But the improvements that have been made between 2016 and 2023 when we opened, that definitely, we just kind of had our blinders on, really. Like, we're not looking at Ontario, we're not looking at Lexington, we're not looking at Shelby. We want to be in downtown Mansfield. So the improvements that have happened since 2016 to now, I think definitely helped us, like I said, kind of put our blinders on, and we're not looking at any other communities. But from a business standpoint, definitely downtown is where it's at.
And what challenges did you guys face when first starting out? Like back when you guys were just online only? And how did you guys overcome them?
So really, I mean, probably the biggest challenge probably was moving all the stuff. But, you know, like DMI, the Chamber, and Destination Mansfield, and Richland Source, and WMFD, and the News Journal, between those 6 have really helped us, like, kind of plant our roots, get the word out, spread, you know, the awareness of it. So it's really been a team effort, which maybe is why I don't feel like we've had many problems.
Yeah. And that's always a good thing, that not
Yeah.
have very many problems. What would you say to a newer business owner that's looking to open up a brick and mortar shop down here in downtown Mansfield?
Don't get discouraged. Don't give up after 3 or 4 months. Keep pushing. Ask. No question is a stupid question. Just ask. That's really it, because people will support you. There, especially other local business owners down here. And definitely join the Chamber, join DMI, join Destination Mansfield. Because I really do feel like those 3 have really put us in front of the right eyes, for sure. So we are going to have 2 different tournaments in our Vintage Game Lounge, which just opened when we moved here in November. So we're going to have a Super Smash Brothers tournament and a Mario Kart tournament on a Nintendo. I would say, I think in March, we're probably going to put our winter stuff on a heavy discount, just to get it out here so we don't have to put it back in storage for next winter. And then we'll be having some sales and promos on spring stuff as the seasons change.
Awesome.
Cannot wait for it. We're at 36 West 4th Street, downtown Mansfield, across the road from the Richland Academy of the Arts and catty corner from the Carousel. And phone number you can call or text, which is nice, 419-564-5642. Pretty easy number to remember. I was so happy when we got that number. TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are all just Uncommon Nostalgia with our logo and branding, and it's pretty recognizable that it's us.